Hi everyone! The Italian proverb says revenge is a dish best served cold. If you really appreciate food, you should enjoy your revenge just like you savor an exquisite delicacy. Think it through and not get distracted by anything. In today's video, we have prepared for you the most cunning, most amazing, and most satisfying examples of revenge we could find. Yes, the heroes of these stories definitely know a thing or two about vendetta. Broken guitar. A person who has at least once lost his luggage during an airline flight will understand what the musician Dave Carroll went through. In 2008, he and several other passengers on the same flight witnessed a freight handler throwing a guitar onto a concrete pad at Chicago's O'Hare Airport. As a result, a musical instrument worth $3,500 was broken. Of course, such valuable cargo should be carried in hand luggage, but Carroll was not allowed to do this. Moreover, when the musician filed a complaint to United Airlines, they refused to pay for the damage because he did not file a complaint within the 24-hour period established by the rules of the airline. The situation was terrible through and through, but how can a musician take revenge? Well, it's not like he could write a song about it, could he? Some of our viewers might wonder, how can a song become an instrument of revenge? This is a harmless thing. Turns out it actually can. Carroll had been quarreling with the airline for 9 months, but this did not amount to anything. After that, he wrote a song where he told this story. The lyrics say, "I should have flown with someone else or gone by car cause United breaks guitars." The song was posted online and instantly became so popular the musician even released 2 sequels. The video clip for the first song gathered 150,000 views in one day, prompting United Airlines to contact Carroll and begin to make amends. The musician received the long-awaited apologies and monetary compensation, but the airline's reputation was already seriously damaged. The song became the #1 hit in the iTunes Music Store in just a week after the release. Now the video has 19 million views and 173,000 likes. Stolen laptop. It's hard to come up with an idea worse than stealing a laptop from a hacker. Mark Bao is one of those people who really knows computers and everything related to them. In the 5th grade, this guy already knew how to create apps. Of course, when he grew up, he improved his skills. One day, Mark's laptop disappeared without a trace. What would you do in such a situation? Go to the police? Or maybe connect to the device via remote access? Mark did just that and revealed the identity of the thief. It turned out that soon after the theft, the thief recorded a video of him dancing, and it looks pretty awkward. After having a good laugh, Mark posted the video on YouTube, then it got on Reddit and instantly went viral. Soon, the thief returned the laptop and sent an apology message to the hacker, begging him to remove the video, but Mark gladly refused. Returning the favor.
Oh my God!
People who litter everywhere and turn everything around in the junkyard definitely deserve revenge. Like this guy who dumped a mountain of garbage on a farm field in the sunny California, and he had no reason whatsoever to do it. There's an easy way to get rid of garbage almost in any place in California. You put it in garbage bags, put it in containers, and pull them outside on the street once a week. Or maybe load it into a car and deliver it to a landfill yourself. In short, nothing complicated. So imagine how angry the farmer was when he discovered that some unknown person was using his land as a huge junkyard, just like that, for no particular reason. But his outrage quickly gave way to joy, because among the rubbish, there was an envelope with the home address of the offender. The farmer loaded all the garbage in his pickup truck and arrived at the address where he dumped all the waste right outside the house. Yes, this revenge smells like trash, but isn't it satisfying? Landlord's revenge. A man named Thomas Revaux lives in the French commune of Roisey-sur-Serie, where he also offered an apartment for rent. Thomas renovated it 10 years ago, and when the last tenants moved in, it was in good condition. But this didn't last long. Relations with tenants got off to a bad start. Thomas says the tenants failed to pay rent for 14 months. Perhaps Thomas was too gentle to demand money, or maybe the tenants were his friends, but this is not so important. At some point, the tenants completely stopped answering his letters and opening the door, and then the neighbors complained about the unpleasant smell from his apartment. Then the man decided to check what was going on in the apartment and was unpleasantly surprised. Mess and trash everywhere, forgotten spoiled food in the refrigerator, sheer chaos. Hard to imagine that a family with kids actually lived there. The tenants had already moved out and, apparently, hoped that Thomas would deal with the mess on his own. But instead, he loaded all the garbage from his apartment into a truck, came to the house where his former tenants settled, and dumped all their rubbish right at their threshold. Thomas has yet to get his apartment back in order. He estimates the damage from irresponsible renters at roughly 10 to 12,000 euros. But most importantly, he will have peace of mind. Bad parking revenge. You all know these people. Perhaps they consider themselves better than everyone else, or maybe they just don't know how to park properly and so they just leave their cars anywhere. For example, they can occupy 2 parking spaces at once and not feel any remorse about it. Thankfully, there are always heroes who don't wear capes but who are ready to avenge the rest of the drivers and pedestrians. All that remains is to gloat and imagine the faces of the owners of these cars when they return to the parking lot. Disgruntled painter. An artist and decorator, Dean Reeves from Bolsover, Derbyshire, England, found himself in an unpleasant but fairly common situation. He completed the job but did not get the payment. Dean agreed to paint an old pub owned by Terry Taylor. The artist claims that he agreed to do it for $1,500 and stressed that he wanted to receive money right after he finished the work. Reeves said that he approached the work very seriously and at first even tried to help Taylor. For example, he took it upon himself to remove the scaffolding after he finished working, and so saved Taylor a lot of money. But instead of gratitude, the owner of the pub gave Reeves only half of the promised amount and said that he would not pay more until he does some extra work. He came up with a bunch of strange tasks, like applying another layer of paint, and then the artist understood what was going on. The owner was simply not going to pay. Alas, this sometimes happens. But Reeves did not have to think long about the way to get his revenge because it was pretty obvious. He simply took the black paint and wrote a huge inscription on the light wall, which he had just painted. It read, "Want your house painting? Don't be like Terry. Pay the bill. Now you will." Taylor denies he refused to pay and insists that Dean did a poor job. Moreover, he reported the inscription to the police. The story's not yet over, so stay tuned. $7,500. When Brandy Lee from the US decided to divorce her husband, who, according to her, was cheating on her, she did not expect the court would oblige her to pay compensation to her ex-lover. Brandy claimed the husband cheated on her with his friend's wife, and this broke her heart. However, for some reason, which remained a mystery to Brandy, she was ordered to pay her ex-spouse $7,500.
Say what?
Perhaps these were the conditions of marital contact or something, but that's not the point. The disheartened but proud girl went to the bank to fulfill the court decision and unexpectedly found support. Bank employees listened to Brandy's story and immediately came up with an elegant and, most importantly, absolutely legal revenge plan. The girl paid the ex-husband the full amount to the last cent, but she did it in a very original way. She paid $7,500 in 10-cent coins. The fee was placed in 10 large and obviously incredibly heavy boxes. They say their total weight reached 160 kilograms. It's hard to imagine how Brandy's ex-husband will count these coins and try to deposit the entire amount into the account. But we have to admit, the girl's revenge turned out to be really cold. Revenge on the gym coach. A 30-year-old Ketan Agarwal, who had autism, decided to start working out in one of the local fitness centers. What could go wrong? At one point, he and another visitor said that the music in the gym, in their opinion, was too slow for cycling. It's a common thing. In such cases, they usually just change the track. But apparently, that fitness center was special.
No.
And maybe the owner was the author of this track. Anyway, after hearing Keaton's complaint, the fitness coach started screaming, called the guy stupid twice, and told him not to tell him how to do his job. 30 people witnessed this unpleasant situation, but when Keaton went to talk to the gym's management, they ignored him. They did absolutely nothing. Perhaps in a similar situation, someone would write an angry review in Google, but Keaton decided to go the other way. He went to the library and began to study laws, especially those relating to discrimination against persons with disabilities. We must note that it usually takes 3 years at the university, 1 at the law school, and then 2 as an intern to become a qualified lawyer. But Keaton did it in just 2 years, and was ready to stand up against people who treated him badly. He sued the fitness owner and defended his interests. He won the case, and the fitness club was obliged to apologize and pay compensation and cover all legal costs. The court also ordered the fitness center to introduce changes in personnel training and teach staff to treat people with disabilities with due respect. Keaton says that it was worth it because this whole story was not about money, but about principle. This is it for today. See you soon.